Hey YouTube, here we are back again with probably our last Hollow Knight video, if I'm being honest. Um, so if anybody's wondering real fast where my soul is, it is all the way over here because I was doing some kind of, I guess, unscripted editing going on. Yeah, so after last episode, we finished Hollow Knight. We beat the game in its entirety, I guess. Or at the very least, we made it up to the final boss and we beat them. And so I've kind of been thinking just about the game as a whole and what I want to do next for the content on this channel. And I guess that's kind of what this video is going to be. It's going to be a bit of a kind of just a talking head video along with the me exploring a little more here on Hollow Knight. Um, but I don't know. I recorded a quick little short. I don't know if I'm actually gonna post that, but just a little background information on what's kind of going on with the channel here. So I have recently been trying to kind of up my production value. And so this might be the first episode or the first video I post where I'm actually editing on DaVinci Resolve now. Before this, I was editing using a program called Clipchamp, which for those of you who don't know, it's a free editing software on Windows. So if you have a Windows account, you can just download it for free, and it did what I needed to do for at least my first two playthroughs. So the Metal Gear Solid, everything you've seen on the channel up to this point has been on Clipchamp. So that's kind of been what I'm going to be moving away from. Again, like right now, I am going to start editing on DaVinci Resolve. Give me 1 second here. I don't know why the game audio seems extra loud to me for some reason. There we go. I don't know how different that's gonna be for you guys, but so I've been trying to play around a lot more with my editing, and I'm hoping to start being able to bring out videos in maybe slightly better quality. I don't know how much anybody's actually gonna notice, but I do intend for the next playthrough on this channel to be Silksong. So that's definitely going to be the next game I play. And judging on how that goes, I'll see whether or not I have time for another series or things of that nature. Obviously, my Legends ZA episodes have kind of fallen off the wayside. I had kind of mixed feelings about the game after a while. It just wasn't something I felt like having. It wasn't having fun recording, unfortunately. So I think that series is probably just going to be dead. And it's also just a matter of time. I don't really have a crazy amount of time. I know that's something I've kind of touched on a few times in the sense that you know, I'm still a very new channel. I'm doing all of this on my own. So I'm editing videos. I'm learning DaVinci Resolve still, making my thumbnails. So it's a lot to do in the sense of, you know, I still work a normal 9 to 5. I have other commitments on top of work. So it's not just work and then YouTube. So this is something I want to really kind of put some effort into and kind of see where the channel ends up going from there. So it's definitely something that I'm going to keep putting in more work into. I do want to see where everything goes. Wow, I was not paying attention. What is my loadout right now? Okay, I should be fine. I think I'm just not really paying attention here. But yeah, I want to start doing a little more when it comes to shorts content. just because overall kind of how my videos have gone, those are actually what does the best in terms of just raw viewers. So it's definitely something I think that at the very least I need to get better at. Oh man, this guy is absolutely messing me up. Oh, that laser hurts. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to be strictly becoming like a shorts channel or anything like that. That's definitely not something I want to do. I'm having a lot of fun kind of finally getting a chance to tackle my backlog and actually play some of these games that have been sitting in my Steam library for way too long. Again, Hollow Knight is a perfect example. I was gifted this game maybe even over a year ago, maybe more, and I know it was kind of old even maybe then, but it's just one of those things where, you know, you don't really have the time to sit down and play video games as much as you would like, and so to kind of have an outlet for that and just be able to get back to gaming, you know, in a way that it's still kind of productive in the sense that you know, I'm learning skills like DaVinci Resolve. Like, again, I'm not a video editor by any means. That's not anything I do. So to kind of be able to dive into that world and you know, do something different with that is kind of cool, actually. I have to say I'm really enjoying being able to not just game but learn something new, try something different. Oh, nice mask. Is there anything else here? I feel like there has to be something else here, right? But yeah, so far, I guess just kind of a recap on my journey so far. Again, I only have two. At this point in time, I only have 2 playthroughs on the channel, being Metal Gear Solid Delta and now Hollow Knight. And, you know, Metal Gear Solid, I'd say is a little bit of a cop-out just because it's a game I had played in the past, right? I played the original Metal Gear Solid Delta, so it does feel a little weird to kind of still include that, but I enjoyed the remake so much. It was definitely kind of took me back to why I fell in love with gaming forever ago, and I guess that's why it's important that it was kind of my first playthrough on this channel, just being able to kind of rekindle that, because don't get me wrong, I've never stopped kind of gaming, but I definitely got into a rut where I was, you know, I'd be playing games with some friends, a lot of first-person shooters, things of that nature, and you know, we kind of would repeat the same cycle that I think a lot of people, especially like in kind of a lot of older gamers, kind of get into the weird flow of being like you're gaming with some buddies, but you're really just kind of killing time with it, if that makes sense. Like, you're not really enjoying it anymore. Like, you're playing a first-person shooter because it's something fast. You can hop on a quick game and, like, yeah, it's fun to play with your buddies, but at the same time, you know, there's not a lot of depth to first-person shooters. They're pretty, you know, one note, and once you play 1 or 2, you kind of play them all, right? Like, you know, from Overwatch to Marvel Rivals, you know, before that it was Call of Duty. And sometimes you just forget what it is to play a story-based game and just enjoy kind of a narrative. And I know with Hollow Knight it's a little different because obviously there's not the narration isn't right in your face, right? There's a lot to this game that you kind of have to dig a little deeper into, and I know that's not something I really did in this playthrough, but I still got a sense of the story, right? So that's definitely at least one thing where I I had a lot of fun just kind of playing through, going up against the bosses, just exploring the map. And as frustrating as I maybe was at times with this game, where I just kind of didn't know what to do next, I'd say a lot more of that frustration came from the fact that I was recording and I felt like that wasn't necessarily good content. But I know me personally, if this was something I was just doing on my own, or if this was something that I was just trying to figure out, I would actually enjoy backtracking. I actually don't mind going back and exploring, kind of how I'm doing right now. And that's kind of why I'm still continuing on with this just real fast, because there's more to this game that I didn't find out. I didn't 100% it, and I would say definitely when I was younger, that was something that was kind of important to me. Even with first person shooters, Call of Duty, things like that, I'd go for like the Damascus armor. Way back in like Grand Theft Auto 3, I think I did 100% Grand Theft Auto 3, as crazy as that sounds. I actually remember having a physical notebook, like an actual binder, where I had printed out like cheat codes and different locations. What was it? There used to be a collectible, and I don't remember if it was Grand Theft Auto 3 or Vice City, but I remember there was these collectibles that you had to find all the way around the map, and I think the more that you got, the more weapons appeared at your base, or something of that nature. Like, it's been forever and a day at this point. Yeah, like it's one of those things where like I would try my best to really explore a game as much as I could, and it was a little different back then too. You would have a game, and like maybe for like the summer or something like that, like that was all you played, right? Like it wasn't how it is nowadays, where Steam is right there, it's pretty easy, games are pretty affordable. Well, at least on the Steam summer sales, they're affordable. But it wasn't always like that, right? Like if you didn't go out and purchase a game, you just didn't have it, right? And I definitely wasn't always in a position to like go to GameStop or whatever retail store day of, or like release day, to pick up a game. And so whatever you had, you really kind of had to sink your teeth into. You had to like get every bit of enjoyment out of it. And that is something that I genuinely enjoyed. I enjoyed really finding Easter eggs, or sitting around with friends, and especially like right there in person, and especially like old fighting games. So I used to play a lot of Tekken and things of that nature, and I was never the best. It's not like I ever went to tournaments, but like sitting around with the buddies playing Soul Calibur, or like I said, Tekken, or anything of that nature, it was always a blast. So that's kind of where my love of gaming comes from, is a lot of that nostalgia. So and that's kind of what I'm hoping to try and bring to this channel, right? Like I understand that especially kind of going back and revisiting, and like as I'm editing or reflecting on some of these playthroughs, I feel like I need to do a bit of a better job in terms of just kind of talking, even if it's not necessarily about the game, right? Like some of the content creators I enjoy watching, or who I have enjoyed watching, I noticed that sometimes they're just talking, right? Like they're really not even, sometimes it has to do with the game, sometimes it doesn't. And that's kind of the reason I tune into them, and I'm hoping that's why you might tune into me, right? Like just a bit of a talking head, just getting a chance to enjoy gaming in a different way, right? Where it's not just yourself, but it's also trying to bring in a community, or just share something you like, or get to experience something in a way where you can give feedback in, or just at the end of the day, like I understand that I'm only going to be able to put so much effort into these kinds of things. I don't know if, you know, YouTube being the way it is, being the time commitment it is, whether or not I continue with it, it really just turns out into how much I'm personally enjoying making the content, right? Because you know, at the end of the day, this is just a hobby. This is a hobby that I've been wanting to dive into, and something I just kind of want to figure out. So, but yeah, I guess looking to the future, I'm really excited to play Silksong. I think everything I've seen about that game, everything I've heard about it, definitely seems like it's gonna be a fun time. Oh wow, this guy really just. It's gonna be more of Hollow Knight, obviously, and I am interested to kind of see what they did with the sequel. I know that it was pretty anticipated when it first dropped. I know a lot of people have been waiting. I think it was something like 7 years. People were waiting for Silksong to come out. Ooh, hold on, let me finish my thought here before I continue with this. But yeah, no, I'm really excited to see what Silksong has to offer, and hopefully it's going to provide enough content. I hope I don't get as lost as I did with Hollow Knight. I feel like I definitely could have wrapped up this series a little bit faster. You know, maybe had I not just you know, gone down some pathways that I could have gone way earlier on. Now in retrospect, I could have probably come down here much sooner than I did. And because I think other than just having the dash, I don't think anything was really stopping me from getting to the crystallized mount and getting that ability that just opened up everything else. You know, I will say it was by complete dumb luck. You know, I was going back and reviewing my footage and just thinking how insane it was that I propelled myself with that ability all the way through here into Yzma's Grove, and just happened to find, finally, after all that time, the item I needed to avoid the hot water. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to Silksong. And at the time of recording this, and this is gonna sound really probably out of left field, probably, you know, something totally different, something I'm kind of excited for. And you know, let's test out my new editing skills. I'm going to flash it on the screen real fast, I guess. But I'm also a big Hitman fan. You know, Hitman 3 is a game I have sunk a ton of hours into. I've gotten like the Deadly Sins DLC, and I see that here in December they're going to have a collaboration with Eminem of all people. And growing up in the time that I did, Eminem was definitely an artist I paid a lot of attention to growing up. So it's probably one of the few ones that I really know a good chunk of their songs for. And as fanboy as that may be, I'm probably going to record myself attempting that. I'm assuming it's an elusive target. If you know Hitman, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I guess stay tuned for possibly that video. But yeah, I'm going to try and record that. But let's see here. Can I interact with any of these? I actually can't. Interesting. But after that in Silksong, I guess going into the new year, I don't really know what game I kind of have planned. You know, it's gonna be something. Let's see, what's this? Pale ore. Ooh, how many does that make? I think that only makes 2. That makes 2. I'm 1 pale ore away from upgrading my needle again. And this is interesting. I'm going to try jumping down, funny enough. Huh. Did not think that's where I was gonna end up. Interesting. I kind of want to try something dumb. All right, I'm going to go back up there and I'm going to try something dumb, and you're all going to sit here and watch me because of reasons. I don't know. I don't know why you're still watching. No, I don't mean it like that. I'm just, again, just a talking head video this time around. So, with a little bit of gameplay on the side, but, I want to try and jettison myself off the side of the mountain and see where that leads me. I feel like that's going to end up somewhere. I don't know why I think that. I might just be dumb and this might be a complete and utter waste of time. But you know what? I am 100% down for that. So... Alright. Oh, this guy. I went up that way. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's nothing else here. Cool. Alright, honestly, pretty easy to get through. Okay, yeah, I want to jettison myself off the side of this mountain. Why? Because I can, and I'm not obligated to finish any more of the game, so let's just see where this leads. Oh. Oh, interesting. I was wondering if that's where I was going to be let out. That might be that. Okay, kind of cool. You know, I expected that, but at the same time, I also didn't expect it. So, yeah, interesting. I don't know why I think there's something up here. I still think there's something else here. I'm surprised there's not a scarab place over here that I can... I mean, I guess there is the... I really wish there was a way to open that. But I guess let me sit down real fast and see if there's any hidden areas up there. Huh. It does look like there's kind of something here, but... Oh, you know what? No, there was more to explore there. That's right, I forgot about this thingy. Let's go do that real fast. But, yeah, I'm probably going to keep playing Hollow Knight on my own time at this point, just because I don't know how interested people are going to be in terms of me just kind of exploring the map. I feel like that's, you know, maybe I could do it for another talking head video, just kind of have it playing in the background like I have this time around. But we'll see what all happens at that point. Yeah. So I think for the most part that's going to be it. Those are kind of all the updates I had for the channel at this point in time. It really is just kind of saying, you know, thank you for the people who have been watching. Thank you, you know, for enjoying my series so far. I've had a lot of fun with Hollow Knight, and hopefully Silksong is going to be just as fun. And I'm pretty sure at the time that this episode airs, it's going to be Thanksgiving. So if that's the case, you know, happy Thanksgiving to, I guess, my US audience, if you guys are for anyway there. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I'm going to continue to explore here on my own. So if I find anything interesting, I might include some of the B-roll for it. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Panada.
Tope churro namin. Umanta duble. Bis manama bublis. Bis bublis pera. Aklaba buktis. Emin ba deprada. Bap nanad. Oktis ba. Puro oktis, eh? Manta. Chokta ba namin. Umanta duble.
¿Qué volen? ¿Más?